If you're looking for some better performance for your 2024 or newer Toyota Tacoma and some more noise from your turbo, the 6-element off-road CPLT cold air intake is a great option to consider. Now, this intake is a good choice for the Tacoma owner who's looking for better airflow for their truck to allow the turbo to breathe much easier, and an intake they can easily maintain over time, as well as one that focuses heavily on filtration and protection. Now, it's great for on and off-road use, especially if you're located or traveling to or from dustier or harsher areas and want to make sure that the air going into your system is clean. Now, the system here also doesn't require a tune with most models if you don't want to change any parameters yet, but I do want to mention that the Trailhunter and the TRD Pro models do require a tune in order to function properly with this intake. As I stated, this system allows for better airflow and efficiency, and that's thanks to the less turbulent design, opening up the intake at the front, allowing for more air and smoother air into that airbox and getting rid of some of those constrictive components at the front that can really drive down performance. Now, the airbox is also larger, allowing a larger conical filter as well to live inside, and it's composed of a dry media, doing a great job with airflow compared to the factory drop-in filter, in addition to being washable and reusable in the long term, so you don't have to replace it every couple thousand miles like the original one. Now, you can also keep an eye on it from this clear sight window up at the top. It has the 6-element design etched into the sight window as well, which adds a little bit of style. But one of the coolest functions here, or the features here, is the magnetic design. You can easily pop this out if you need to maintenance or take a closer look at your filter without having to worry about any hardware falling into the engine bay, getting lost, or just fussing around with it, and it easily snaps right back into place, making it very easy to maintain this system. Now, the airbox and the intake tube are made of tough plastic materials. They're durable, they're able to hold up to hot engine bay air without retaining any heat, which is going to keep those intake air temps down. The window up at the top that features those magnets is also made of a polycarbonate construction. It's tough, it's transparent, and underneath is the filter that's made of a multi-layer dry cotton media. In addition to all the major components, all of the hardware and everything that you need in order to install this is included. And something that I do really like and have noticed out of this kit right out of the box is that most of the hardware and miscellaneous items in this kit are pre-configured and pre-installed for you. The hood gasket, the filter, and the brackets on the bottom are pre-installed. You also have the MAF bracket on the intake tube already, and the clamps already installed on the coupler, so you really don't have to question when it comes time to install this. It makes it incredibly easy to do so. Now, this kit is about $450, which is pretty average for an intake system like this. What I will say is that this is more of a protected option with a closed airbox compared to the heat shield choices if you know that you're looking for a good amount of protection to your filter based off of your location, driving style, or just simply your preference. It also has some cool features like the magnetic lid, the reusable design, and the very apparent increase in turbo noise, which makes the investment well worth it. If easy maintenance, a very quick and easy install, and a quality build is what you're looking for. Now, install is very simple. It's a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and it'll probably take you about an hour or so to get this bolted up. Now, at this point, I'm gonna pass it over to one of our installers here in the shop, and they're going to show you a detailed breakdown on how you can install this on your Tacoma at home. So that is gonna wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and jump into the install.
For this install, you will need various ratchets, a 3mm Allen socket, 8 and 10mm sockets, a Phillips head screwdriver, and a clip removal tool. What's up, folks? Today we're going to be installing an intake on our Tacoma, so let's get started. All right, so the first thing we need to do is to remove our factory airbox and intake tube, and we're also going to be removing this front air ram. So what we're going to do is release these 4 clips holding it in place. Now, to get these out, all you have to do is push directly down on the center. You'll feel them pop. We can just pull this up and out. We're going to set these clips aside. So we're going to reuse those. And we'll set this out of the way. Next, we're going to unplug our mass airflow sensor as well as remove this clip from our factory airbox. So we'll just push down on this tab first. unplug our sensor. And we're gonna grab a clip removal tool and pop this clip out. And kind of set that out of the way. Next, we're gonna loosen up the clamp on our throttle body to our intake tube. So we've got a 10mm socket on our ratchet. I'm gonna get in there. Loosen that up a good bit. Now we can unclip the upper air box from the lower. So we'll just pop these off, pull this up and out. Then we're gonna remove the hose from, or the tube rather, from our throttle body. So you might want to give it a little twist, but you want to be careful with it. You don't want to damage your throttle body in the process. And if it's still super tight, you want to loosen up your clamp a little bit more. We can pop that off and set it aside. We'll pull our air filter out. Then we can pop our lower air box out. Now this just pulls out, it is just some locator dowels and grommets, and we can set this aside. All right guys, so there's a few things we're gonna be reusing from our factory intake setup on the new one, so we're gonna have to take those off of here. First of which is gonna be our mass airflow sensor. So we're gonna come to the top of that, we're gonna grab a small Phillips head screwdriver, remove those 2 screws and carefully remove our sensor. Remember, you definitely don't want to damage this. It's going to make a quick install into an expensive day. So once you've got the 2 screws out, carefully pull this out and set it aside. Move all that over. Now we're going to come to the bottom of our air box because we're going to be reusing these locator grommets. They're simply just going to pop out. You can just push those right out. We're going to be taking all 3 of those. Once you pop those out, you can set your factory intake aside. Now we've got our new airbox and intake up on the table. We're gonna install these grommets first onto the brackets. So flip this up on its side. Remember, the smaller side goes up, the bottom side, which is bigger, is gonna be what goes into the vehicle. So we're just gonna push these in. Make sure they fully seat into those brackets. Now we want our mass airflow sensor to go in the same orientation as it did from the factory one. So your intake tube is going to sit like so. So you want that plug to be facing towards you if you're standing on the same side. So what we'll do is remove these 2 Allen screws. They do have a washer with them, so you want to retain that. And a bracket as well. So now we're going to take our mass airflow sensor, carefully insert that into our intake tube, just like so. And we're going to reinstall our new Allen screws. Now we're going to grab a 3mm Allen socket, or you can use an Allen wrench, and tighten these down. Okay, now we're ready to go onto the vehicle. Now we can drop our new air box in, and we're going to line that up with our factory locator dowels. Give those a good push into place. Make sure your clips line up for your little air tray as well. Now we're gonna grab 2 of those push clips we took off of our factory one, and to reset these, you wanna push the middle piece back up like so. Get those in position. Then push those back in so they're flush and lock into place. And we'll do the same thing for our other clip. Now that's nice and secure. Now we're going to install our intake tube. So we're going to line it up with our throttle body and our filter side. You may have to pull up on your airbox a little to get it to line up. Sometimes these can be a little stubborn. If you're having trouble, you can always loosen up your clamps a little bit. So we'll do that now. So we're going to use an 8mm socket to loosen up our clamp. We're going to very gently put that into place. Now once we've got that on, we can tighten down all of our clamps, again using that 8mm socket. Once we have that done, we'll bring back our mass airflow connector, plug that back in. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our SXTH off-road CPLT cold air intake for your 24 to current Tacoma. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.